Hi everyone, it's Christy from Green Eyed Tarot, and today I'm trying to contain my excitement and contain myself so I can film this walkthrough of the Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. Like, I cannot even tell you what this is doing to my little late 90s, early 2000s, little early witch heart right now, because as you can see, I already have a collection of Anne Stokes decorative plaques that I purchased in the late 90s, early 2000s. It became sort of a collector's thing for me. I kept finding them in this little store, believe it or not, in Amish country in Pennsylvania. I don't know why. They always carried these like really cool like dragon sculptures and like wizards with like holding these crystals and things like that. And they always had a collection of these. And every time I went, I would find a new one. And I just fell in love with them because I was obsessed with her artwork in the 90s and early 2000s. I was like absolutely obsessed with like the dragons and like the sort of like fairies and fantasy sort of art that she did. So I have these are sort of ceramic, and they have little stands on the back here. You can also hang them if you wanted to, but I always just had them like displayed like this, like on a shelf or something. And so when I saw this Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle come up, and I think it came up as a suggestion on Amazon, I pretty much squealed out loud, because it just brought me back to those days in the 90s and early 2000s. It was so nostalgic for me, and I just could not believe that this was available. I'm pretty sure it's fairly new. This is US Games. Yeah, it says 2022, so I'm assuming it's fairly new. I'm not even sure when it came out, but I'll definitely like link the info for, everyone to get it. But yeah, so this is just me totally geeking out on this Oracle deck. And I don't even use Oracle that much, but I'm absolutely in love with this. I only took like a peek, like a quick flip through of the cards. I didn't really like go through it, fully yet. I kind of wanted to wait till we were on camera for that, so I could just literally freak out. But this is the Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. Anne Stokes is a sort of like a fantasy artist. She did a lot of like book covers for fantasy art. Her art is like pretty much everywhere. I guarantee you might have seen these images like on like if you Google, and I feel like her art's been stolen quite a bit. I feel like it's used and no one ever actually properly gives her credit for it. But this is some of her art. It's very fantasy, like you said, very fantasy inspired. And that's typically, what her artwork looks like. So, so I am so stoked about this. Okay, I can stop now. But the box is absolutely gorgeous. It's, US Games, but it's like kind of hard to see, but there's like shiny sort of like spot gloss on the box. I don't know. It's amazing. Look at the box. Look at this image. I'm like freaking out. I probably need to stop freaking out. So anyway, it's a beautiful box. Oh my God, the book is so beautiful. I gotta hand it to mass market publishers. They're like cranking out some really nice features on their decks now, I have to say. I'm pretty impressed, but the guidebook is really beautiful. Look at that gilding on the guidebook. So I'm definitely gonna go through the cards, but look at the box. It's just really nice. Like, it's a matte box. Like I said, they're kind of knocking it out of the park with a lot of these decks, but it's a really nice box. Like I said, let's like stop talking about the box. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the guidebook. Okay, can we talk about the backs of these cards? Yes, they are a little shiny. They definitely have a gloss to them, so not that happy about that, but it's not something I can't deal with. I definitely can deal with it just because it's Anne Stokes art, and I can't believe like how excited I am about this. But so let's go to the guidebook for one sec, just because the guidebook is so awesome. So I'm going to zoom in a little. So you can see the guidebook has the red gilding on it, just like the cards. So it's got, but the cover's like really matte. It's really nice. It is full color, so it's not your full, like, full-size Llewellyn type guidebook, but it's still full color images. It's amazing. It's definitely got your standard, like, bonding with your cards and working with the cards. This is an Oracle deck, so, you know, it's pretty standard. There are some spreads: the Power of Three, the Dragon's Gift, the Warrior spread, which looks really cool. So a couple of spreads, and then we get right into the cards. So you get about a page. Yeah, it's a page for each one. But like I said, full color images in the guidebook. Here's an about the artist. There's her. There's her. Wow. There she is, Anne Stokes. Sorry, guys. I'm so excited about this. I can't even get my words out. So anyway, like, again, very gothic, you know, vampires, like very, very fantasy. She definitely, like I said, she illustrated a lot of book covers and things like that, for fantasy novels. But yeah, the guidebook is really nice. It's really nice, guys. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about it, but it's a really nice guidebook. I was like pleasantly surprised. Okay, so let's get right to these. I'm going to adjust the camera a little so we can get right to these amazing cards. Whoops. So yeah, so they're standard, you know, standard Oracle size. And like I said, the backs are amazing. Sorry, I'm just going to keep adjusting a little because I want to make sure we get all of the beautiful card images in. Okay, so I've adjusted, and this way the cards are perfectly in view so we can look at these beautiful cards. Okay, this one says Angel Rose. So there are no keywords really on the cards. It's just the name of the cards. So for people who really like keywords, this may not be great, but honestly, I don't care. I usually like keywords on my Oracle decks. I don't even use Oracle that much, but this one is definitely one I'm going to be using because I'm absolutely in love with it. And like I said, it's super nostalgic for me. It is very reminiscent of the 90s and 2000s because pretty much that's when this artwork was created. This is all, I feel like most of it is pre-existing art, like things that she's already done. I could be wrong, but a lot of it is definitely artwork that's been around for a while. But it's just really beautiful. I love the backs. Oh my gosh. Arachnopharia. Like, how hardcore is she? Await the Night. So here we go. Vampire. Very gothic, very vampire. If you're into that kind of thing, I feel like you will love this deck. Awaken Your Magic. So beautiful with this owl and the pentacle. Oh my God. I absolutely adore it. Beyond the Veil. It says Carpe Diem. And then it says something else in Latin. I'll have to see what that is. Pulvis et umbra sumus. I don't know what that means, but maybe it'll be in the guidebook. Beyond Words. Beautiful unicorn. She's, you know, known for using unicorns in her art. Here's Black Unicorn. She's definitely known for sort of mythological and fantastical creatures. Dragons, unicorns, things like that. Blood Moon. Blue Moon. There we have another unicorn. Love it. Dance with Death. I love this card. Sort of the masquerade mask. This sort of death, but death has angel wings. The skeleton with the shroud. I don't know. I absolutely love it. This is just feeding my very gothic teenage heart. Like, definitely. I can't. It reminds me a little bit of like Bram Stoker's Dracula, which kind of came out around that time. I was totally obsessed with that movie. Dragon Beauty. Dragon Trainer. I love this. Sort of punk hair, the different color hair. The dragon sitting on her arm. I love it. It reminds me of a fantasy novel, like these fantasy novels that I read when I was younger. It's bringing it all back. Enchantment. Eternal Bonds. with the little unicorn. And I love sort of the, every card sort of has this, you know, has like sort of like a border on it. So it matches the backs. These little like dragons. It's so gothic. I love it. Fantasy Forest with the white stag. She's got a crown. She's barefoot. She has like magic coming from her hands. I love it. Fierce Loyalty. Fire Dragon. So there's definitely, they're definitely like glossy. They're not like super, super glossy, but they're definitely glossy cards. Again, like I said, I'm not, oh my God, Forever Yours. I love this card too. There's like a painting. Oh my God, look. Okay, so there's like a painting. Like this is her lost love, but this is him now because he's a ghost. He's a skeleton ghost. And all the candles and the Gothic architecture. I can't even take it. Gothic Prayer. Sorry, I'm just going to gush this whole time. Hidden Depths. We have a mermaid. I'm just going to keep gushing just because I love this. It's not something I usually gravitate towards, like, in general. Like, I don't really have any decks like this right now, but this is so bringing me back that I'm just really digging it right now because I've always been a fan of her art, and it was, like, such a big part of me, like, growing up in my teenage years, my adolescence, my late adolescence, my formative years. I don't know. It's definitely bringing me back, and I'm really liking it. Immortal Flight. Inner Strength. I love this. I love these hardcore warriors with their armor on and their swords. I love it. Lifeblood. These cards are beautiful. Light the Darkness. Oh my God, I love this. With the pentacle. Like, this is super, even though it's called the Gothic Oracle, it's super witchy. So it has like vampires and witches. It's definitely giving me those vibes. I'm getting the witchy vibes too. Lost Soul. So like here I am getting like, again, the vampire vibe. It's super beautiful. Medusa. Oh my God, I love that. The snakes. They're like looking directly at us. She's scary. I love it. Moonstone. I love the dragons in this deck. Moon Witch. Look at those. Oh my God, look at the wolves. North Star. Another unicorn. Only Love Remains. I love this. Reminds me of like bands I used to listen to, like Trivium. Oh my God. Owl Messenger. I love this. This is definitely a world I can get into. Phoenix Rising. I love that phoenix. Like, so fiery. Power of 3. I love it. I love the wolves. And like the triquetra on the floor. Oh my God. Prayer for the Fallen. Amazing. Raven. I love that they're like one. The actual raven and this woman, they're like one being. Rose Fairy. Oh my God, I love this. I can't wait to like really dig into this. Sailor's Ruin. Oh my God, I love this. Sailor's Ruin, like pirates, ghost pirates. Like, I'm definitely into it. Serpent's Spell. So like this is very Medusa vibes again. But she has like almost like a scaly tail. I love it. Silverback. Another dragon. Oh, Soul Bond. I love this card so much. I've always been into wolves. Like, we go to the wolf sanctuary all the time. There's several of them in our area, like in the Northeast. There's several wolf sanctuaries. I love going there. I've always been into wolves, but Anne Stokes' art was like really what got me into wolves. I don't know how to explain it, but she always had wolves, like in a lot of her art, and I just love it. Summon the Reaper, the Blessing. So I like that there's a lot of like light and dark, like light and shadow in this deck. It's very cool. I can definitely see using it. The Summoning. It just makes me so happy. I'm like so glad I got this. The Truth. I love that with the sword. The Wish. Oh, another unicorn. Oops. Trick or Treat. I love that. I mean, definitely can see using this around Halloween and Samhain, obviously, but I'm going to be using this like all the time. I'm a little obsessed right now. So Valor. Oh, I love that. I love the red. The red in this deck is amazing. And then Wheel of the Year, which I absolutely love. Again, bringing in those witchy vibes. I love it. I am definitely here for it. So that is the Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. I don't know if you can tell, but I am so excited about this deck. I really think it's absolutely beautiful. You know, like I said, standard Oracle size for someone like me with smaller hands. Definitely, you know, gonna probably have to overhand shuffle. These Oracle decks, I literally cannot riffle shuffle. I try and I fail miserably. Ooh, it's shiny. I just realized it's sparkly. It's sparkly gilding. I didn't see how sparkly it was. Yeah, no, this is not. This is definitely gonna end badly. All right, not so bad. Not the best. That was a pretty ugly riffle shuffle, but it's just very large. All right, so maybe we'll just pull a card and see what the guidebook entries are like. Like I said, it's about a page for each card. There's no keywords, like I said, so this is gonna be one where you probably could use it kind of intuitively, but you're definitely gonna want the guidebook, and the guidebook is really beautiful, so I feel like that's not going to be a problem, but I feel like this is definitely one you're going to need the guidebook for. This is not one that you can use just intuition, at least not me. I would definitely probably want to refer to the guidebook. And it is like a little sticky. I think the gilding is sort of making it stick together, but let's do a card. Let's do one. Ooh, Valor. With that red, that dragon on her shoulders, the sword, this armor. I love it. Okay, so let's see what the guidebook says. It is in alphabetical order, which is very much appreciated. All right, so we're almost at the last card, Valor. So like I said, full image, which is amazing. The images are kind of matte. Kind of makes me sad. I wish the cardstock was exactly like these images, which would be matte, but we can't have everything, can we? A confident woman dressed in armor and holding onto a sword looks piercingly into our eyes. You might think she's an angel at first, but notice the icy cool dragon perched on her shoulders with his wings spread. In front of a red stained glass window, the light reflecting on her sword resembles blood. This card suggests that battle is necessary or inevitable. There will be circumstances when we are called into conflict and must consider the best method of response. In some situations, choosing not to respond or enter into combat is the best course of action. But this card reminds us there will be times when it is vital for you to stand your ground and fight. The appearance of this card could signify that there is tension in the air. Quarrels and other kinds of non-physical warfare could be heading your way so donning your own armor, readying for counterattack could be your best and only option. Unfortunately, we all fall prey to criticisms and condemnation from others. Valor reminds us that there are some disputes we simply cannot walk away from. Yeah, so I really like that. It kind of started to resemble the strength card a little bit, like in its description, but then talked about sort of how sometimes you have to take action. Sometimes you have to fight. You have to stand your ground. You have to defend yourself. So yeah. You know, definitely a decent message. Again, I'm going to want to use this guidebook until I get to know this, you know, this Oracle, but it's really nice. And then the other thing that I thought of immediately is like, what I'm going to pair this with. And like, obviously you guys know what deck I'm going to say is going to absolutely be amazing with this Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle, and that is the Tarot of Vampires. Like, it looks like it was made for each other. I got way too excited about when I opened and I saw the backs of these, and then realized like how much they look like the Tarot of Vampires back. So like they literally look like they were made for each other. So I am super excited to kind of put these, put these cards next to each other. I think they're going to be absolutely amazing. I feel like they're definitely going to, pair beautifully. I mean, look at, like, if you can't see the cards I just pulled, and then let me just zoom out a little. Okay, so Tarot of Vampires and this deck, I mean, they just look like they were made for each other. Like, this is a match made in heaven. I can't believe like how well these two are going to work together. I mean, the Tarot of Vampires is really the epitome of Gothic, sort of that Gothic energy. Oh my God, look, death. Look at this. Like, they're gonna, look, this looks like the same, this literally looks like it could be the same person, like same woman. This looks like when she's a little younger, and this like when she like got a little bit older, wiser, more seasoned, had a lot of life experience. Like, look at that. Amazing. This is going to be so amazing, and I'm a little bit too excited, but when you know, and these two decks together are just going to be absolutely stunning together. Tarot of Vampires, like I said, they almost look like they were made for each other. So, Anne Stokes Gothic Oracle. I am super excited about this. If you have this deck, please let me know if you use it and how you use it. If you love it, please let me know. If you are around the same age as I am and understand what I'm talking about when I say fantasy art like this really sort of 90s fantasy art, this is my jam, because this is what I grew up with, and it may be cheesy and people may think it's like ridiculous, but I absolutely adore it, and I'm so excited that I have this. So yeah, so thanks for sticking around while I gush and ramble about this Oracle deck, but I'm so excited, and just let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!